In the novel, Emma admits that she does not like Jane Fairfax. This is unusual because Jane has done nothing to deserve such dislike. She is polite, well-mannered, and respected by almost everyone in Highbury. So why would Emma dislike Jane Fairfax? Is it simply jealousy? Is Jane secretly different from how she appears? Or does the answer reveal something much deeper about Emma herself? To answer these questions, we will discuss 5 reasons in this video. Before we start, if you are interested in Jane Austen's novels and Regency era, please like this video and subscribe for future updates. Now let's begin. Reason number 1. She constantly has to hear about Jane. Emma struggles to like Jane Fairfax is because she is constantly reminded of Jane's excellence. Whenever Jane's name comes up, people seem eager to praise her. They admire her intelligence, her manners, her education, and especially her accomplishments. Instead of simply appreciating Jane, many people compare her to other young women, making Jane seem like the ideal everyone else should follow. Emma finds these constant comparisons frustrating. She is used to being admired within Highbury, but Jane's arrival shifts much of that attention. Emma is not only expected to admire Jane herself, but also to accept that Jane is superior in many of the qualities considered most valuable in a gentlewoman. Reason number 2. Jane's pianoforte skills. Music is perhaps the clearest example. Emma enjoys playing the piano and has received a good education, but Jane Fairfax is widely recognized as far more accomplished. Her musical talent is the result of years of serious training and disciplined practice. Whenever Jane performs, people praise her skill without hesitation. Emma, who has never devoted herself to practicing with the same dedication, cannot help feeling overshadowed. Reason number 3. Jane has experienced a wider world than Emma. Their lives also stand in sharp contrast. Jane's future is uncertain because she has little money of her own. Unless she marries well, she will likely have to work as a governess, one of the few respectable occupations available to an unmarried gentlewoman without an income. Yet despite these hardships, Jane has experienced a life that Emma never has. Jane has traveled, stayed with different families, and spent time outside Highbury. She has seen different places, met new people, and adapted to changing circumstances throughout her life. Emma, by comparison, has rarely left Highbury. Although she is wealthy enough to travel whenever she wishes, she chooses to remain at Hartfield because she feels responsible for caring for her elderly father. Her comfortable life has also become a very limited one. This creates an interesting irony. Jane lacks Emma's wealth and security, yet she has experienced a much wider world. Emma has every financial advantage, but her life has been remarkably sheltered. Seeing someone with fewer advantages possess greater accomplishments and broader experience makes Emma feel challenged in ways she is not used to. Jane represents a standard that Emma has never had to compete with before. Reason number 4. Jane does not make any effort. Even when Emma genuinely tries to speak with her, the conversations rarely go anywhere. Jane is always polite and respectful, but her answers are often brief and reserved. She rarely volunteers information about herself or encourages a longer conversation. From Emma's point of view, this makes Jane seem distant and uninterested. Friendship requires effort from both people, and Emma begins to feel that she is the only one trying. After several awkward encounters, she simply gives up. If Jane does not appear to want a closer friendship, Emma sees little reason to keep pursuing one. Reason number 5. Mr. Knightley's criticism and the secret engagement. Mr. Knightley believes she has judged Jane too quickly. He criticizes Emma for making too little effort to understand her and argues that Jane deserves more kindness and sympathy. Emma, however, feels this criticism is unfair. She believes she has tried often enough and that Jane has never given her much encouragement in return. What Emma does not realize is that Jane is carrying a secret. She is secretly engaged to Frank Churchill, and almost no one knows about it. Because the engagement must remain hidden, Jane has to watch every word she says and every expression she shows. She cannot speak openly about her feelings, explain her worries, or behave naturally around Frank without risking the truth being discovered. This secret also makes social gatherings extremely uncomfortable. Frank often behaves in a playful and flirtatious manner towards Emma in front of everyone. To the rest of Highbury, it looks like harmless attention, but Jane knows that the man publicly flirting with Emma is actually her fiancé. She must sit quietly and pretend none of it affects her. Emma, meanwhile, has no idea that any engagement exists. She sees Frank's behavior as light-hearted amusement and does not realize that Jane's reserve and discomfort have anything to do with him. As a result, Emma interprets Jane's quiet manner as coldness or indifference, while Jane is simply struggling under the pressure of protecting a secret that she cannot reveal. This misunderstanding keeps the two women apart. The truth about Jane Fairfax and Frank Churchill's engagement completely changes Emma's understanding of their relationship. Once the secret is revealed, Emma begins to see Jane's behavior in a very different way. It forces Emma to reconsider the judgments she had made. She realizes that she had created her own interpretation of Jane without fully understanding what Jane was experiencing. Emma also becomes more honest about her own emotions. She understands that some of her dislike came from her own reactions rather than anything Jane had done. Feelings of insecurity, wounded pride, and misunderstanding influenced the way she viewed Jane. Emma had been too quick to judge someone she did not truly know, and the discovery of the truth helps her recognize this flaw in herself. Jane Fairfax serves an important purpose in Emma's personal development. She acts as a contrast to Emma, showing qualities that Emma lacks, while also revealing weaknesses in Emma's character. Through Jane, Emma is forced to look beyond her own perspective. By the end of the novel, Emma becomes more thoughtful and compassionate because she has learned the importance of humility and understanding. Now, let me know in the comments section, why do you think Emma dislikes Jane Fairfax? Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. See you in the next video.